Welcome to the Unwritten Life. You're only gonna see the puzzle today, my cup of tea, and, well, my hands. Hello! I wanted to give you a better chance of seeing the puzzle. And then I'm gonna cover it with a box. So that's, yeah, well, you're gonna see it a little bit better than usual instead of just like my head. I have to stop like dealing with my hands up here and keep them down here where you can see them, maybe. I don't know. I've gotten a lot further than when you last saw the puzzle. So in a way, I'm sorry about that, but I tried again because I find myself wanting to edit the videos, and I haven't been wanting to do that for a long time, so it hasn't mattered much. But now I kind of want to, which causes a problem. And so I filmed a clip, and I'm gonna see if I can make it so I can put it like unlisted, but I can link it in the description down below, so you can still see it if you want to, but it won't be like on the regular for everyone to see. It's only for the people who, what can I say, seek it out, I guess. So I'm honestly not fully sure how long I spent, but it was quite a while trying to figure out. And I'm starting to think I have tried that before and kind of subsequently failed at it. But it must have been a while ago because I don't quite remember. So that's the thing. But yet again, I tried to figure out how I can get footage from my camera, which is my phone, onto my computer so I could actually edit. And in a way, I might have figured that one out. The problem is, since I bought a new phone, last year, was it last year? Yeah, about a year ago. And I think I tried it then too, but couldn't figure it out. And I don't remember if I told you. I probably did, but I mean, that must have been like a year ago. That's a long time. I do not have the brain power to remember things for such a long time. At least such things that didn't interest me as much at that moment in time. But now that I want to edit videos again, not just like film basically one shots and put everything up unedited, it's a struggle. I mean, I tried, but I have now learned, though, as I said, how long I will actually remember it, that remains to be seen. But my computer do not speak the same language as my phone does. Apparently my phone films in a different format than what my computer understands. I think that's the easiest way to put it. At least that's the way I understand it, and I'm sure you figured it out right now. I'm not a computerist. I don't understand much of those things. So I'm trying and currently subsequently failing to edit because I can't. Because I don't know how to change, and I mean, I tried. I spent the better part of yesterday trying to figure this thing out. My phone, which is the thing I film on because I don't have a camera, it died, gosh, 2 years ago now, or at least a year and a half ago. Which is why I'm filming on my phone. Yeah, that's a whole different thing. Let's try to keep focus. We all know that's very hard for me, but I occasionally try. But yeah, my phone film in a format that seems to be called something along the line of HVEC, and my computer, which is not old, at least not in my opinion, doesn't understand this format that my phone is filming in, and I cannot for the life of me figure out if it's even possible to change it, the format that my phone is filming in. From my very limited knowledge, the answer is no, I can't change that format. And also, I can't seem to figure out how to make my computer understand it. There might be a way, but I can't seem to figure it out. So that's where we currently are. It is very annoying because it means I can't edit. And I mean, I'm finally getting to the point where I think I would like to start editing a bunch of smaller clips together. Not fancy editing, not advanced in any way, shape, or form, just like a little bit here and there. But and I tried editing on my phone and I can't figure it out. I really try. As I said, I spent the better part of yesterday, most of yesterday, trying to figure this thing out. And that included trying to figure out how to edit on my phone. And I cannot do the things I would like to do. I honestly, I can't figure out how to do any kind of editing. I can see that it technically is possible, but I don't know what kind of editing would be possible. Is that making sense to you? I don't know even how to explain it. That's how not good at that kind of stuff I am, I guess you could say. I mean, I tried. I really, really tried. So I think I should get credit for that, you know, for trying. Even though I also feel like I failed absolutely miserably at it because I couldn't make it work. And it's so annoying. If you've ever had struggle with such thing, you know how annoying that could be. And man, it is way more annoying than it should ever be allowed to be. But alas, it is what it is. Apparently, I can't change that. But I guess I just wanted you to know that I tried. I really, really tried. I mean, spending almost a full day trying to figure something out and not being able to figure it out. Oy, that's not fun. In a way, I do not recommend it, but I did learn about the formats, and if I remember that, cool. If I don't, well, that's just, yeah, also kind of likely for me to not remember. But, you know, I tried, okay? I tried. I failed quite miserably, but I did try. So, you know, it's better than nothing, maybe, I guess. Maybe not. Depends on how you see it. But, you know, sometimes things happen that you can't really control. You just gotta find a way to supposedly deal with it. And yes, I say supposedly because I don't feel like I'm dealing with it very well. It's just very, very much of an annoyance to me. And I don't like it. So, with that being said, I had another annoyance. Apparently, we're all about annoyances today. So, the other... Okay, now this is getting annoying too. Wow. Okay. There are so many in the same place now. Okay. We gotta figure it out. I will figure it out. Did they work? Yeah, they work. Okay. Next annoyance that I wanna. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll figure things out. But yeah, the next annoyance, because it's important to not just be annoyed with one thing. I mean, you gotta have several things to be annoyed about, right? They're not really, but that is what currently is happening, I guess. I don't even know how to explain this. But yeah, I mean, I moved into the place I'm living in. I moved in here. Where do you even go? What is that? Do you go this way? Do you go that way? Which way do you go? I don't know. Oh, wait. No, you can't? Okay. I don't know. But I moved into my house. Gosh, it's been more than a year and a half now, which feels crazy. I mean, that is starting to be quite a bit of time, I feel. And when I moved in, my doorbell didn't work, which I found annoying because I have a front door and then I have a little hallway and then there's another door. And then there's another bigger hallway, because this first hallway is just, when you walk in, if you want to change your opinion, you kind of have to go outside or inside. There is not much space in that little in between there. It's enough to put shoes and jackets and all, but like not much. And if I have several people over, they're gonna be a problem. But I have the front door and that little place, and then the other door. And then a hallway, and then the living room I sit in. But the thing is, if you knock on my front door, I generally don't hear it much. Because, doors are a good way of not hearing. If I had only had one door, I probably would have heard someone knock, sure. But I have two doors. And I can't hear people knocking on the front door when I have the other door closed, and I do keep it closed because it's cold. So last year, I got help from my parents because that's what you do, or at least that's what I do. I get a lot of help from my parents, probably more than I should sometimes, but I did get help, and we put up a new doorbell. And I was thinking, cool, this is great. It's going to be amazing. I can finally hear people. And it worked. For a while. And lately, I mean, they're working not too far. They're working on a road not too far from where I live. And because of them doing that, they have to blow up rocks to be able to remove them. And because apparently they're very kind where I've moved, so they come and knock on doors and tell them when the kaboom is gonna happen. And it's hard to hear them knocking on the door. Because as I said, last year I got the help from my parents and we installed a doorbell. I mean, are these people blind? Can't they see? There's a doorbell. Is it right next to the door? Sure. You have the door, and then you have a small window pane, and then you have the doorbell. It's black. The house is white. It's very, in your face, in my opinion. There's a doorbell. Use it, god dang it. That's what I've been thinking the last times. And yes, it has happened several times that people have come knocking on my door. And I was thinking, why are they knocking? There is a doorbell. Don't these people know what a doorbell is? How brain dead can you be? And I've been getting more and more frustrated about these people not knowing how to use a freaking doorbell. And then a couple of days ago, I was like, it was this young woman knocking on my door. I barely heard it. I thought I heard something. I didn't know what. So I'm like, probably nothing. And then I look out the kitchen window where I can see my driveway. And there I see a car. And then I was like, okay, maybe I did hear something. I'm going to go check my front door. So I opened my front door and look out, and there she is, standing. She had clearly been knocking on my door. And I was still quite confused. And I was like, she looked smart enough to realize what a doorbell was. So I was thinking to myself, oh my God, how dumb are you? Do you not know what a doorbell is? I didn't say it. I'm not that rude, but I was definitely thinking it, which is not very nice, but you know, I was getting annoyed. I didn't hear them, and I have a doorbell. And then after she had left, and I had been like mulling this over in my mind, being annoyed, like, oh my God, what a moron. Can't even ring the doorbell. And then I realized that, well, you know what? Several people have not been ringing the doorbell. They can't all be that dumb, can they? So I figure maybe before I cuss them out in my mind even more than I have, maybe I should try it. Yeah, that was a good idea. Because when I tried to ring my own doorbell, there was no sound. The doorbell that got installed less than a year ago. Less than a year. It's like if it had been installed 10 years ago, yes, they can break. But less than a year ago, yeah, no, didn't work. And here I had been cussing these people out in my mind for not using the freaking doorbell, only to realize the problem was my doorbell. Apparently, don't work. Like, how annoying is that? I installed, technically my dad installed it, but it worked. We tried it, and it has been used after, but not recently. And so I have no idea when it stopped working. But, yeah. And I know I didn't cuss them out to their face. I was just thinking it in my mind, and they have no idea about me being so annoyed with these brainless people that can't even ring a doorbell. They don't know that, but I mean, I still feel a bit bad because it was my doorbell that clearly didn't work. In my defense, I did not know that my doorbell did not work. I mean, if I had known that, I would have tried to fix it. Thing is, I have no idea how to fix it. And I went like, I really tried to look for the receipt, and I think I remember that it might have possibly been my parents that actually paid for the doorbell, and I don't know if they kept the receipt, so I have no proof. So next point in that will be to, you know, ask my parents, do you have the receipt? And also, next time you come visit, would my dad mind checking it out and see if there's something he can do? Because apparently my doorbell don't work. But as I said, those people, they don't know I was cussing them out in my brain, but I still feel a little bad about it because it was my doorbell that didn't work. So, yeah, that was the story of my fairly new doorbell that apparently don't want to be a doorbell. So I'm not sure what to do except, you know, ask my parents next time they come. Or let's be honest, I'm gonna ask my dad next time my parents come, because me and my mom, we're good at a lot of things, but that kind of more, I don't even know what to call it, but more that type of thing is more my dad kind of doing. So he does that kind of things, and me and my mom does a ton of other things, which is not a problem. But in this case, I really wish I could figure it out. I should probably admit that I haven't even tried to figure it out at this point, because I was so both annoyed and I guess you could say partially embarrassed by myself that, like, for real, me being so annoyed with these people, and it wasn't even their fault, it was my own fault. So yeah, that was great. Or, you know, not great, but it happened. So yeah, oh man, so there is that thing. And I have to say, sure, I do love doing my puzzles with you guys, because there's something about having a chat when you puzzle and a cup of tea. But also, I will admit, sometimes just doing a puzzle all alone, all by myself, with no self-interruptions by talking to you guys, is somewhat nice at times too. I will admit that. Like, just sitting and basically turning my brain off. That's what it feels like sometimes when I sit and do my puzzles all by myself and not talking to anyone, as in you. It feels like I'm turning my brain off sometimes, and I have to say, it sometimes feels really good. It just, yeah. Because I managed to not, like, I should say, my brain manages to not be, like, overly obsessed with absolutely everything if I only sit and puzzle all by myself. So that is kind of nice, but, you know, I do like talking. I really do like talking, so, yeah, I will never stop talking, I think. I hope not. I assume that I won't ever fully stop talking, because it's, you know, I'm human. We talk. It's the big thing of what a lot of us do. So, yeah, it is going way better than I thought this time. That's great. Or maybe I'm stopping now. I don't know. Anyway, that did not go there. Oh, there. Okay. Apparently, even though it's saying, like, oh, I talk a lot, sometimes I don't know what else to say. So, sometimes it just kind of stops. But it doesn't mean that I'm going to stop puzzling. Oh, wait, that one goes there. Whee! Look at this. And, oh, I mentioned a sweater, I think. The one I'm going to do for charity. I have now officially gotten the yarn and the pattern, and I have cast it on. So, I'm very excited. I've never knitted anything for someone in such a way before. So, I think I'm a little nervous. Is that weird? I don't know. It just, I haven't really knitted for someone, like, them basically, like, asking me to knit, me saying yes, and then actually doing the knitting. Like, kind of, I don't know, making an order and not be like, sure, I'll make it. Usually I just make whatever kind of comes to mind in that moment. So this is a very different type of knitting, I guess, for me. And it feels weird. It's very nice. I'm very, like, the fact that they asked me and trust me enough to do it is super nice, but also a little nerve-wracking. It's like, what if it's not good enough? Can you tell I've been thinking a lot about that? It is kind of stressing me out a little, I will admit. But that's just, it is what it is. It's fine. It'll be fine. I mean, it's a sweater. I've knitted sweaters before. I'm sure I'll knit it again. Though not necessarily that specific sweater, but I have knitted sweaters. I will knit sweaters again. And, I mean, yeah, oh gosh. But, yeah, I am very excited because it's a pattern that I haven't paid for because they did, the ones who wanted me to knit it, and they also gave me the yarn, so I have no expenses with this. I just get the joy of knitting, which I have to say, that is quite lovely because that means I don't have to pay anything or kind of use any of my money, and I still get to try a new pattern. I get to work with yarn I haven't worked with before, and that's all very nice. As I said, the only thing I'm a little, not hesitant about, a little nervous about, is, where do you go? Not there. Where do you go? Oh, there you go. But yeah, where was I going? But yeah, like it being good enough. And like, yeah, just the fact that someone asked me to knit something for them and something very specific, I don't know, it's really exciting. I'm very, very happy with it, very pleased, and I hope I do a good enough job. I mean, I know how to knit, and I know at least one of the people that have made the pattern. In fact, I even know where she lives, so I could always like knock on her door and said, hey, help me out, would you? And there are several other people that I know now that have also knitted that exact same sweater. So, I mean, there is no reason for me to worry about it because there are so many people that I can ask for help. So that's pretty cool, at least in my opinion. So yeah, I'm excited and nervous at the same time. So it feels good to share such things, in my opinion. I think I crave that sharing sometimes, like just need to share. I've shared. We good. Oh wait, hold on. Oh my god, look at that. This is going, oh, you can see all the like light pieces on top. And also they're obviously the furthest away from me, so they're harder to see in a way. But it's a smaller puzzle. It's a 1,000-piece puzzle, so it's not that big, but you know, all the things. And as often, I should go make dinner because I have somewhere to be later. And yeah, not sure exactly when this video will go up. It depends how quick I can not edit, just upload. And I know I'm not gonna I might have things go live when I'm not here, but I'm not gonna tell you that I'm not here if I'm not here. But you know, by the time this one is going live, this video, I will be home. I don't know why that's important for me. I think I've been influenced by other YouTubers that are like, oh no, I never post anything when I'm not home. And I was like, huh, I generally don't film anything when I'm not home and therefore don't post anything when I'm not home. So I don't really plan ahead. But sometimes I'm home without, like, you know, filming and uploading and all that, so you can never really know. At the same time, most of my time is spent at home. So me not being home is more of a anomaly than anything else. Oh, what that say about me though? That, yeah, well, you know, it's yeah. Why doesn't, where are you going? Okay. All right, there's stuff up here too. Sometimes it's hard to like figure out what is where. Anyway, my throat is as usual getting a little warm from talking a lot. It always happens, but you know, I guess I just have to accept that. So I'm gonna take the rest of my tea and drink it without you guys while I try to figure out the pattern on the thing I'm knitting, because that is, well, there are some things I find a little bit to struggle with, but I'm sure I'll figure it out. So wish me luck on the knitting. Fingers crossed that it works out. And if you want to see it, whether it before it's done or after it's done, let me know, and I will try to put the video up that I filmed of me doing some of it. No talking, no editing, just like no sound really, except like put my hand and moving pieces around here. I'll try to figure out if I could put that like unlisted in some way and link it down in the description, and try to kind of circumvent my non-editing that way. I'll see if I can figure that out. So wish me luck on that one too, I guess. And I will see you in the next video. And first though, see? Oh man. Oh, wow. I did a lot right now. It is so nice. It's Ravensburger 1000-piece puzzle called Coastal Cottage, and good quality. So I like it, and I will eventually finish. Thank you for watching, and bye!